During World War II, German submarines were feared across the oceans, but one U-boat became infamous for a reason that had nothing to do with enemy ships. Its crew believed it was haunted. The vessel was U-505, a submarine known among sailors as the Cursed Boat. From the moment it left port, strange things began happening. Tools vanished, lights flickered with no electrical issue. Men heard footsteps behind them in the narrow steel corridors, only to turn around and see no one there. Some sailors refused to sleep alone. Others asked to be transferred off the submarine after only one patrol. The first sign something was terribly wrong came during a routine dive. Without warning, the submarine plunged far deeper than ordered, almost to the point of crushing. The depth gauges spun wildly, as if pulled by an unseen force. The commanding officer tried emergency maneuvers, but they didn't work. Then, just as suddenly as it began, the submarine leveled out perfectly, as if someone else had taken control. Mechanics inspected every valve and pump, and found nothing wrong. Men began whispering that the boat wanted to drown them. As the war went on, the strange activity only grew worse. Crew members reported icy cold spots in certain compartments, even though temperatures inside a submarine should remain constant. One sailor claimed he saw a shadowy figure standing at the end of a hallway, watching him. Another insisted he woke up to someone shaking his shoulder, but when he sat up, no one was there. The crew tried to keep quiet about the incidents, but rumors spread from port to port. U-505 had a mind of its own. The submarine's second captain, Peter Schach, became increasingly paranoid. He believed the boat was cursed and said it was unwilling to obey. Under his command, U-505 suffered constant mechanical failures no one could explain. Engines stalled for no reason. Navigation equipment malfunctioned right after being repaired. Water appeared in compartments, even when all seals were intact. During one patrol, Jack reportedly heard knocking on the hull, rhythmic tapping from outside the submarine, deep under the ocean where no diver or creature could be. Stress built until Jack could no longer handle it. During a tense moment at sea, surrounded by malfunctions and convinced the boat was doomed, he took his own life in front of his officers. Sailors later said it felt like the submarine claimed him. For the rest of the war, no one mentioned his death in reports. The rumors were too dangerous for morale. A new captain took over and tried to restore discipline, but the strange events continued. The boat seemed to resist every order. One night, as the U-boat attempted a silent approach on an Allied convoy, the engines suddenly roared to full power on their own. The submarine nearly surfaced in front of enemy ships. The captain ordered the engines shut down, but sailors swore the controls fought against them. By the time they regained control, the convoy had escaped. The captain wrote in his log that the submarine acted against them. Eventually, the German Navy marked U-505 as unreal, but they still sent it into service. At sea, the boat suffered one final bizarre malfunction. It began taking on water from no identifiable source. The pumps worked. The hull was intact, yet the submarine slowly filled, as if the ocean itself was pushing inward. Panicked, the captain ordered the crew to abandon ship, but before they could escape, the flooding suddenly stopped. They sealed the compartments, checked everything again, and found no cracks, no leaks, no explanation. The end came in 1944 when U-505 was captured by the U.S. Navy. But even that encounter was strange. The submarine should have sunk itself using scuttling charges, explosives designed to destroy a U-boat before enemies could seize it. Yet on U-505, the charges failed. The explosives were installed correctly. They simply didn't go off. American sailors who boarded the ship said it felt unnaturally cold, and one even reported hearing whispering below deck when no one else was inside. After its capture, U-505 was eventually brought to the United States and examined. Engineers found no evidence of the strange malfunctions that plagued it at sea. All the systems worked. All the equipment functioned normally. To this day, experts debate whether the U-boat's problems came from mechanical stress, crew tension, or something far more mysterious. But one fact remains. No other submarine in the war had so many unexplained events, so many terrified sailors, and such a dark reputation. Today, U-505 is preserved in a museum in Chicago. Visitors often report sudden chills, strange shadows, or the feeling of being watched as they walk through its narrow halls. Museum staff shrug these claims off, but some admit they don't like being alone inside the submarine. Whether it was cursed, haunted, or simply a victim of fear and wartime pressure, U-505 remains one of the most unsettling mysteries of World War II. A submarine that even its own crew feared more than the enemy.